Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lavender Water Podcast. This is your host, Matthew Williams. This is brought to you in part by the United State of the Art and Once New Clothing. Today we have a special guest from my musical past in Cincinnati, Ohio. He is a producer, a rapper, engineer. He records his own music. He has his own car detailing business. And he's a really cool guy. I'd like to welcome Trim, the realist in music, a.k.a. Mr. Livingston.
Hey, man, appreciate the accolades, bruh. That is wondrous. When you break it all down like that, sounds like I'm kind of accomplished. Oh, man.
It's a thing. It's a little format I'm rolling with. Is that people feel like that you need to have like celebrity guests or whatever to have meaningful content, and I think everyone is important. You know what I'm saying? It just people are special. Everyone has a special something that makes them the individual they are, and everyone's a star in this constellation.
Hey, that's why the universe needs you, bruh, because you can give out introductions like that and make me feel good, bruh. How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm all right. Off the lavender water. Always got to drink it before we start talking.
Man, listen, I got to get hit, bro. I didn't even know that there was lavender water. I mean, I was hip to the oils and the scents and the flowers. I mean, my daughter's name is Lavender, but I did not know it came in water form, dog.
It's really just adding the oil to the water, not too much. Some people are sensitive. A lot of essential oils are not for ingestion. So it's one of those, it's on you kind of thing. But the best is to have like a pitcher, like a lot of water, and add just one tiny drop, and it's very potent. And yeah.
Is it up to par with I hate to cut you off, but is it up to par with like melatonin on the way it like calms you down?
You could say that. Yeah, it definitely does relax you. You could use it to help you sleep if you wanted to. Yeah, it's a mood calmer, anxiety soother. Yeah, it just puts you in a really chill state of mind and being.
Man, I definitely need to tap in with that, man. And then, like I said, once again, appreciate you for having me here. The introduction was awesome. Like you said, me and you came from the music scene pretty much in the same backyard, so to speak.
Yeah.
It just kind of sucks that we didn't get to be in the same room. We might have been in the same yard or whatever, but we never was in the same room and was able to lock it in how we was supposed to, man.
Hey man, life is a crazy journey. It's crazy how small Cincinnati is, but how compartmentalized it is, thus making it feel like it's New York or something. Because it's like someone could literally be like a 10-minute, 15-minute drive up the street from you, but you'll never see them.
Man, that is definitely facts, because that happened to us a lot. She was just always with somebody I knew. Well, I mean, the main one was, A for P. Shout out to A for P. But yeah, man, we always missed each other.
Yeah, man. But we still have the future. That's what's beautiful about things.
Oh yeah, don't get it twisted. I've done bought a couple little cuts from you over the years. And they sitting in the vault ready to go. I was working on the last one I just bought from you. Kind of had to chop and screw it a little bit, but yeah, that one's coming real soon, man. I got a lot coming for people, man. I like the fact they think I'm not working, because the whole time I'm perfecting the craft. You don't see it, and that's exactly how I want it to be.
Right. Well, I can't wait to hear what you got.
Yeah, for sure. Quick question, man. You still dipping and diving into the crypto?
I never was really like big into crypto. I'm more into stocks and options. But I'll listen to what people say about the market.
Ooh, boy. Just be glad that you kind of wasn't in there right now, because I'm pretty sure you're aware, but the whole damn market crashed. It's ugly for everybody right now.
I mean, it's expected. I mean, gas prices going up, food prices going up. You know what I'm saying? People need money. People aren't waiting to the moon anymore. People need that money.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, even Diamond Hands right now suffering because, like Sheba, for example, the little meme token, whatever, I took advantage. I can't count the number of times I put 50 in and, like, doubled my money real quick, but there's people that was in for thousands and thousands on Sheeb. Like, I can't imagine waking up and seeing that crash like that. It's just like you threw your life savings away, dog.
I mean, it's like it's still there if you leave it there, and it goes where it's supposed to go. I mean, that's it's all the kind of trader that you are, because it's different for how long you intend to make the trade. You know what I'm saying? Some people are swing trades, day trades, very long term, mid long term, you know what I'm saying? So if your plan was 10 years anyway, this is part of that, you know what I'm saying? But if you were looking to make a quick buck, that's not always how it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get lucky, but for the most part, every trader has to understand when you put this money in, you might as well consider it gone completely already, because that's what can happen. So if you can't afford to lose that money, don't put that money in there. And it's hard because it's capitalism. You need money. The idea of making more money out of a little bit of money is amazing, and it feels good when it happens for you. But, you know what I'm saying, you got to be responsible. You got to look at your life and understand the things that you need, and you have to make sure those needs are met, because you will be in a severe situation. You will need help, and there's probably not going to be a lot of open arms for you. So take care of yourself when you're trading anything.
Facts, for sure. I mean, you might as well look at it like you going to the casino. I walk in the casino with $300. I expect to spend all 300 of those dollars and not get anything back. You know what I mean? You got to walk in knowing that. I feel like that's even the same concept sometimes when starting a business. You know what I mean? You could put everything that you have and mortgages out on the house and all that just because you got a dream that this is gonna take off, and you might just destroy everything, and that's just a chance, man. I feel like these days I'm kind of willing to take that chance, man. It's like, what do we have to lose?
Yeah, for sure, because the reward, it to me, when you're poor, when you're broke, when you're working class, the risk or the reward is always, I'm always looking at the reward more than the risk. It's like, I don't mind the risk. It's like, what's the reward looking like? What's the possibility? You know what I'm saying? Because anything that's better than what you're doing is better, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they say, if you shoot for the stars, no, if you shoot for the moon, at least you'll land amongst the stars.
Yep. See, that's what killed me about everybody with the PPP loan, man. Like, they went out of their way to make a phony business and get this money that was supposed to go towards their business when they could have just went about their plan anyway and spent that money on a legitimate business.
Yeah.
I don't really be understanding where people be thinking I think they think they're going to get over, and they end up getting over on themselves at the end of the day, which sucks.
Yeah, but it's in this society, in our schools, our educational system, at least on the basic free level, or it gets still cost to go to school, but it's like they don't really teach us financial literacy. They don't teach us looking at the future, and the long term is usually like, what are you doing next week or next month? Like barely worried about how you're getting to the next year. You know what I'm saying? But when you live in different households with different kind of parents and, more paid education and stuff, I guess you would be more prepared for the world in that respect. But out here, it was like 2020, it was looking like the apocalypse. People just wanted to go back outside and eat crab legs, man. So, Get that little $20,000, mess it up in like 2.5 months, and then be back. You know what I'm saying? And then you might be going to jail.
Hey, you know what I mean? But in the same token, like, that make me kind of salty for my city, bro. Like, a lot of people I know in my city did that, and like I said, they could have just used that the way they were supposed to, and like, you remember Lantana, he had that big single, All Hustle, No Luck.
Yeah, shouts out Lantana.
That, I don't really know much about Lantana, but that song, I felt like was the anthem for the city, and low-key still is, because that's what describes our city. Like, it's all hustle, and it's no luck.
Right.
And if all the people that would have applied that hustle mentality to that PPP loan situation, the true hustle mentality, like, I'm going to flip this PPP and make it all legitimate so I ain't got to worry no more, it would have been more like, that's just how I pictured it. All hustle, no luck, all that tying in together. But a lot of people disappointed me in the city, man. Like,
well, that's the thing, though, is that PPP, in a sense, for the people who made the funny businesses, it was all luck. There was really no hustle to it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you can do this and do this and get this money. So if you don't really have to do anything for such a big amount of money, you don't appreciate the value of it, and then you don't do the right things with it. And then you end up right back needing that amount of money that you just went through.
That's true. I see that. That's kind of the same way I feel about these dope boys, man. I don't get y'all. Y'all run the bag up just to turn around and, get the boys knocking on your door, kicking in the door and all that. Now the bag gone, bro. You should have laundered the money, put it into something legitimate, man. Come on. Be trying to preach to my peoples, man, but they don't be wanting to hear me, man. I know you be trying to preach too.
Yeah, I definitely have like declined off of the preaching though, because it's like, number one, you can't just hit somebody with something they're not trying to hear when they're not trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So when I was doing that all day, like 5, 7, 8 years ago, like all day, I was making people mad. Like, whether I was like being funny and making people mad or telling the truth and making people mad, I was making people mad. So what I realized is this is something a friend of mine told me. She was like, you can't be your own PR. You can't represent your brand, because you as a person is very different than what you're trying to sell. And that's the reason why people aren't drawn to what you're trying to sell, because of who you really are. And when I really think about it, it's either I have to change who I am showing myself to be to sell what I'm trying to sell, or it can't be me selling what I'm trying to sell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, since I can't pay someone to sell what I'm trying to sell, I have to learn how to sell what I'm trying to sell. So I cut down on the controversies of the day. I cut down on poking fun at little quirks about the human species, and just really try to humanize and understand why people are the way they are, and still try to find humor along the way. But I definitely had to change my mentality around just who I am and what I was putting out.
Yeah, you lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That whole saying. I've been on the same thing though, man. Like with the little detailing business I'm trying to kick off. It's hard. I know another person in the city that's just as nice with the detailing as me. I keep telling him, like, bro, let's put our brains together. Let's put our equipment together. Our our clients. Mm-hmm. Go in on a little shop and let's take over the city. And I mean, people swear, like you said, man. People swear up and down that they ready, but when the time comes, man, it's always an excuse. It just sucks. Like, more people was to link up and work together, man. You can't be stopped, man. Like my dude Joy Diaz said, man, you don't need 20 friends. Say you give me 3 solid motherfuckers and you finish. And I love that quote because it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's hard to find three solid motherfuckers though, man.
Yeah, it definitely got to be on the same page with a lot of things. And I think it's hard to transcribe the original vision to someone who wasn't there when the vision was written. You know what I'm saying? So, in part, that's why a lot of people tend to fold or not be able to follow the lead because it's like, this is your vision. Like, I don't know how to see that. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you. But do you think it's because they don't believe or trust you enough to take that leap into your vision? Or do they just not care?
I think it's a possibility that it's more so they don't want to ruin what you got going. I think people got to be more accountable for, signing up for something and then folding on it, saying at the last possible moment. But I think ultimately people just don't want to mess up what you are trying to bring to life. Sometimes people don't care, and I think that'll make itself known after a while when, and then in your mind you got to be like, okay, well, I can't come to them about this because clearly they just don't care, they don't support it, and that's fine, because everybody doesn't like everything. Jeff Bezos' family aren't the people that made him a multi-billionaire because they were on Amazon all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to find
big facts.
You got to find your people.
Yeah, it's definitely hard though, which is why I admire you the way I do, because everything that I'm saying, you've probably already went through more times you can count on your hands and toes. So you got a great idea on how people can easily let you down. I almost have that idea. You know what I mean? So when I sit back and I watch the master Mizza make all these beats and just drop a freestyle out of thin air and make a video on his phone and out of action figures and his dope, it's like, man, I love all of that, bro. Like, that's why I give you your flyers, because I want to be able to do all that. But inside, it's like I'm trying to get over the stigma of, man, I need help. It's too hard to do it by myself. That's basically what it is. So I fall back and watch you, and I'm like, bro, I need to start listening to that punk-ass voice telling me it's too hard, because clearly it's not. Master Mizza does it on a daily basis.
So the thing, I appreciate you for that, but the thing is like it's about preparation and training yourself to do these things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you do need help, there are a lot of things that everybody needs help on. Simply there's more out there that you don't know how to do than you do know how to do. So my thing is emphasizing the things that I do know how to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, where the help is needed, I'll find it if absolutely necessary. But for the most part, just because of, people's, habits to let me down or fold at the last moment, is like, I've learned that the show must go on. You got to keep it pushing with or without, a passenger in the ride. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be what it's going to be. So it's like adapting to your situation. It's like, if it's out of my range, then I got to find someone that sees the vision, or I got to pay them, or, you know what I'm saying? Or it's just, build your array of skills and techniques and, just work on them to a point that it's like, wow, he might not do a lot, but it's like he's really good at what he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I've been on. Like I said, everybody knows me, the rapper. I make beats, whatever. But it's been a while since I've dropped, and it's got to the point where you try to keep the little buzz up, like you post on social media. I got something coming for y'all. Stay tuned. It's to the point now people like, man, Pixar didn't happen. You know what I mean? And
right.
Like I said, even if I haven't actually been creating a song, I've been in the background mastering the craft, mastering what sounds good and what doesn't, studying the game, what beats is popping right now. learning how to work the program so I can even record myself. Like I said, I don't got nobody to look at and be like, all right, I'm ready. Noli, turn the fan off. I ain't got nobody like that. So
Right.
it's all me. I'm cutting the fan off. I'm hitting the button to record. And it get overwhelming, man. But, you know, like I said, that's why I'm glad that I have somebody like you to look at, because it makes it a little easier on my brain. I tend to not fold under pressure, but I kind of let the shit get to me and low-key come unglued a little bit. But then I fall back and I be like, man, I just watched Mizza drop a whole fucking mixtape because he said he was going to. It like less than a couple hours, man. Like, snap out of it, man. Like, but I'm learning.
Yeah, man, and I think the biggest thing is understanding your own personal way of expressing yourself. Because, my first guest on the first episode of this podcast was saying, is like, you know, don't look at it like it's business all the time. Like, you know, you can be free to express what you're doing. Don't put deadlines on yourself. Don't put these expectations. Don't feel like, you know, when it comes out, so to speak, that thousands of people need to receive it and see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if nobody sees it, if you're satisfied with it, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what Renita was saying on one of the last few episodes, was that, yeah, you got to be satisfied with your art. And if it takes 50 years, then it's got to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, my thing with art is that, like, at a point in time, I really wanted to be one of those locally recognized figures on, like, the mainstream scale. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the city beats and, you know, stuff like that. But it's like I had to make my way on the internet because it's like I found out people were scared of me. People were threatened by me. You know, then, of course, people didn't think I was talented, you know what I'm saying, things like that. So just the persistence of, you know, that I kept, because people kept telling me no, people kept denying me, is like why I felt like, oh, I'm in overdrive mode. And it's really Little B, Currency, and Gucci Mane who inspired me to be like, you know what? I don't have to drop like one album every 3 years. I could drop 16 albums in a day if I wanted to. Like, there's no limit, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, when I was, you know, on Lil B and Currency in like 2009, 2010, it was just like, been given permission to really be me, to be the fullest, you know what I'm saying? Instead of feel like I got to be what they want me to be or fall into this box or conform to the way, but it's like, no, I'm going to do it my way. And if it's like this, it's like this. And it just is what it is.
So, you know, as an outsider looking in, I didn't express how I view you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like just a little turtle and you Master Splinter, you know what I mean? So does Master Splinter, with all the knowledge that he has and everything that he does, do you yourself go through times where you get overwhelmed with something, or you'll be like, okay, I got this project, or like for example, I wanted to ask you about this, the new coin, right? Nobody is just popping up out of nowhere. Like, man, you know what? I'm finna make a cryptocurrency today and make it happen. Master Mizza created new coin right in front of my eyes, and I need parts. You know what I'm saying? I definitely need parts. We're gonna talk about that later.
Okay.
So, like in that process, for example, I know that you know, there wasn't nobody that you could call and be like, hey, man, I seen you made that coin 2 months ago. You know, give me some tips. Like, did you go through a process in there where you was like, man, this shit might be too hard, bro? Like, fuck this shit. I'm in over my head.
Yeah. New coin took like a year to really roll out. Like, it was like, I think it was January 2021, February 2021. I was like, I want to do this crypto because my friend John, who's really into NFTs, and he's Base Face Society NFTs. I really don't understand NFTs and all that, but he's really big.
Who made 300 NFTs in 6 hours, man?
Oh, because like his influence of him talking about his NFT collection, I was like, let me check it out, let me play with it. But it's like, like I'm not marketing them to sell, like it's not the biggest part of my focus, you know what I'm saying? But it's just to say that I'm over there too, but as I still don't really understand what's going on. I don't know, I don't get it. But so John, he's really into crypto, and he was talking about unstoppable domains, which is what people use to like mint like websites or NFTs, crypto coins, stuff like that.
Right.
So looking through the website, and I was like, okay, so it's a possibility to make my own coin. So it's like at the time there was like mint, it was like Bit Mint or something like that. And you could there's like tutorials on YouTube to show you how to make your own cryptocurrencies. But then after that, it's kind of like a mixtape. It's like, yeah, you made it, but so what? Now you got to get it out there. So it's like you gotta you have to have the ownership of it with all of the blockchain addresses or whatever, and then you got to submit it to like exchanges where it could be bought and sold. Currently, new coin is on mint.club. It's mint.club/Nuco, Nuco. It's like the exchange. I think you have to buy Binance coin in order to buy the Mint coin, which is where your custom crypto is on, hosted or whatever. But it's like it could be exchanged legitimately. When I get my capital up, I'm trying to raise the price of it, what I'm saying, so that like in a sense people can make money while being involved with the brand. It's kind of like investing in the brand, kind of, But it's still all things that I'm trying to work out. But it was like definitely moments in time where it felt like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand this. This is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? But you keep pushing. Sometimes you got to take a break. Like I said, it took a year to roll out the crypto.
So you are human. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's been a couple times.
But man, like sometimes people got to hear shit like that, bro. Like, bro, I'm human too. Like, me, that ring bells for me. Like I said, man, I give you mad props because you do a lot of things that I just kind of think or wish that I could do. But just hearing even you just be like, man, look, I'm human, bro. Like, there was a point where I just wanted to tap out because it was a little too much. I just put my brain at ease, man. Like, some people just got to hear that.
Listen, like, the journey of this is very difficult. It's very trying on your patience, on your stamina. Like, yeah, it's every step of the way, really. Like, from dealing with people, creating it, being satisfied with it, putting it out, watching people be like, I didn't see it, and then continuing to work like it. Oh, that's nothing. I just take it on the chin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, it's at the base of it. You have to be your number one fan. You gotta satisfy your audience, which is you. And if anyone else likes it, that's just a plus. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what the creative journey is. What keeps me pushing every single day. Like I don't really have a lot of goals in the real world. Like I don't want to, like I'm not trying to go back to school and get my degree and walk across stage. I don't really care for that. I don't really care if I have a giant lawn in front of my house or if I have a house at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of satisfied with a condo or an apartment or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, but things change. You know what I'm saying? For right now, that's how I'm feeling. But it's just at the end of the day, like what motivates me is creativity and art. That's just every aspect of my life is expression, putting my touch on something and giving it to the world.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what I'm working on. But I need to take a step back and start doing me for me, if that makes sense. As an artist, I know that what I put out is subject to opinion. Like, that's the whole point. I want people to listen to it, tell me, was it good, was it bad? I think sometimes it gets to me if I put something out and I don't get any response. Uh, that's a little draining for me as an artist. Cause I don't really be too much looking at it like, I made this song in this heat, but if don't nobody like it, then I don't care. Now, F that. Somebody gotta like my song. You gotta like it or hate it or something. Somebody gotta tell me. But I think a lot of artists gotta do that, man. Cause there's been plenty of songs I made the whole song, recorded it, wrote it, whatever, and just because I didn't think anybody would like it, I scrapped it. I scrapped dope shit just because I didn't think somebody else would like it. And that's one of my biggest flaws.
See, here's what I'm finding out doing the sex wave is that the songs that I can't stand, I made these songs and I will not listen to these songs. These are the songs that go out in Europe or whatever, get Shazammed in Holland, Amsterdam, Russia, somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, like, I really think that's a terrible song. But somebody thinks it's their jam, you know what I'm saying? So what I learned this from the culinary realm is it doesn't matter what you like. Like talking to you, the chef, the creator of the food, the curator of the experience, is like, I wouldn't eat that, but I'm cooking it because this person ordered it, you know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Damn, okay, man, Master Mizza, bro, damn. But that make perfect sense. Like, just because you ain't gonna eat it, don't mean somebody else won't.
You feel me?
I just need to learn how to think that way all the time. Like,
but here's the, I guess, the catch-22 of it is that you don't want to end up in a process where you're, in a sense, people-pleasing, where it's like, okay, they want it like this, you know what I'm saying? It still has to be genuine to you, and you still have to be able to stand behind it. Like, even if it's not your favorite song, you will still have to be able to perform the song because people love this song, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a balance between, it's not for me, but I can still stand behind it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I try to make everything, even if it ain't for me, I try to make it so I feel like I satisfy everybody. And I know I done put some songs out and let somebody hear it, and they really didn't think it was all that, but they was like, yeah, bro, this fire, bro. Like, I guess in the moment that fed my ego. I knew it was probably bullshit, but I just, man, it's an acquired skill, bro, and you got that skill. That's why you Master Mizza, man.
Man, I'm
still out here learning. I wanted to point, my bad, bro, but I wanted to point this out too. Like, a lot of the stuff that you do put on social media, like let's use Nude Coin again, for example. You didn't put the background, everything you just told me about the background process, you didn't advertise that. As somebody that's just looking in on Matthew, the social media guy, we just see you one day be like, man, look, I'm about to make a crypto. And you might not speak on it for a couple months. And next thing you know, you just drop the QR code like, yeah, Nude Coin on deck. As an outsider, who doesn't know the whole process that's going on behind the scenes, you would honestly think that this man just makes shit. I swear to God, people think you Elon Musk, bro, in disguise, bro. You got a whole ass mask on and you was Elon Musk, bro. You was not trapping out the kitchen for real, bro. I swear to God, you just bought Twitter, bro. Stop playing with me.
That's hilarious. But yeah, what I've learned in this journey is that nobody really cares about the process unless you're already famous, popping, successful, whatever. That's something that is like, it's just more content to what they already like. But when it's just us 9 to 5 in it, you know what I'm saying, on the come up, nobody give a shit, man. They don't give a shit.
They don't, bro. And that's terrible, man, because that's part of the most beautiful thing. Like, they just don't care because you nobody. Like, I done watched plenty of, what was the J. Cole documentary I watched? The off-season documentary?
Yeah.
Man, if that was a documentary about me, like if I wasn't me and I was watching my own documentary, like I would be really into that. But maybe it's just because I'm an artist and I love the background things. But man, you just see the struggle, seeing the struggle and the payoff, bro. That's what's good to me. Like,
Yeah, I think I think it's reinforced that people only really register with it when they see what you became, and then they can look back at it. But it's like while you're doing it, it's like, man, you just playing rapper, you just playing clothing designer. You're not really doing that. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of people who are saying they're doing the same thing that we're doing, they're just bullshitting with it. You know what I'm saying? So come through. Oh, I'm gonna be a rapper, and don't do the things necessary to really become a rapper, and then work at rallies or something, and then be like, "What happened to the rap?" Oh yeah, but then when the homie pops up on such and such magazine that you love reading, it was like, "Oh, I know him. That's what my brother was saying. He was like, along the lines of saying like I'm Elon Musk. It's like people are really just waiting for the opportunity to say, "Oh, I went to high school with that dude. I know that dude. Or, that's my cousin." You know what I'm
saying? That is the most real shit that I've heard in a long time. The way that you put it like that, like people was just waiting to be like, "Yeah, bro, I went to school with that dude," or like, "Yeah, I smoked a blunt one time with that dude." Like, bro, when we smoked, it was reg, bro. It wasn't even 10 G. Like, if we was smoking reg back then, that's how long it's been since you've been in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
them type of people, like, I've been trying to cut off. Like, and even, like, people that's been close to me, like, I'll call them. Down there beg them, like, "Hey, man, like, I need somebody to kick it with, bro. I need the homie. Pull up on me. I ain't mobile right now, but we can smoke, whatever we want, whatever." But down there begging people, man, just to kick it, and they won't do it. You know, and it's like, damn, bro, like, what do I got to do just to even get somebody out the door moving, just to even come my way? Like, and that's the most suckiest thing, too, is that just trying to get a friend, bro. Fuck trying to get money or make a song or whatever. Like, even just trying to get a friend to come over these days is hard because you don't know who to trust.
So I'll tell you, for the last coming up on 4 years of living in Georgia now, I don't have friends down here. I don't have people I kick it with on the casual. Like, I got roommates now, but it's like, we all live our own different lives and we see each other when we see each other. But it's like, as far as people that like are really, really got those close, intimate bonds that like really just that what you call a friend. I don't really have anybody like that down here. So this whole time is like really understanding that the creative journey is really a lonely journey. Like, there'll be people along the way. You got your family, you got loved ones, you got the recurring characters, and you're gonna have your villains. But at the end of the day, is you. Like, it's you you're trying to manifest your destiny, and it takes being alone. It takes being in the wilderness. It takes going on that quest. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of have you ever heard the story of the silver refiner?
I don't think so, man.
So, like, long story short, there's like the story of this woman that went to go meet this dude who's a silver refiner, which means he takes out the impurities of silver. And she asked him, she was like, "How do you know when the process is done?" So it's like, basically what you do is you take like tongs or whatever, you hold the silver in it, and then you put the silver over a fire. And you hold the silver in like the hottest part of the fire, and you hold it there until it's like not a moment sooner, not a moment later, when the person who's refining the silver can see their face in the silver. Otherwise, if you go too long, the silver will like blow up, I guess, it won't be any good. But when you get the
You
impurities
gotta
out,
get it just right.
yeah. So when you get those impurities out, you can see your face in it. So the metaphor is God. It's like when you're in your refining phase, you're gonna feel tested. It's gonna feel hot. You might smell smoke. But God is watching you, and not until God sees Himself in you will the process be over. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be alone for that. Like the road is narrow. You know what I'm saying? Like the road of sin is very wide. Everybody knows that road, but the road to salvation and redemption and to heaven is very narrow. Not everyone wants to go down this path because it's hard. You got to let a lot of things go.
Yeah. Look, man, like, if you could just see me now, bruh, I done had to hit my knees and bow down to Master Mizza, bruh. Your words are flawless, bruh. What they calling you now these days, bruh? The universe's philosopher?
The universe is psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist. That is facts, because, I mean, you couldn't have tied everything up in a more prettier bow. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it makes sense, man. Everything you are is in that story. You know what I mean? I got a story for you too, though. You know,
Okay.
I've been talking about trying to do everything solo by yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard trying to find somebody that just tag along and even just boost you. You know what I mean?
Right.
I heard this on a Benny the Butcher album. You hip to the story about the wolf and the blade?
Refresh me.
All right, so essentially, like, a wolf comes along, sees a blade stuck in some ice, right? It's got a little bit of blood on it.
Okay.
So this wolf starts licking the blade. He licks the blade until his own tongue bleeds, and now he's tasting his own blood, thinking that he's eating the whole time he's killing himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, the moral of the story is basically, do you blame the person that put the ice in the knife, or do you blame the wolf for not recognizing that he's killing himself? And I feel like just a easy fix for both of those problems would be if that wolf had a fucking homie walking with him. He could have just tapped him on the shoulder like, hey, bruh, stop licking that damn knife, bruh. I just, you know, like you said, bro, a lot of the shit you got to do alone. It's going to be a solo dolo journey. It ain't going to be easy. But everybody needs somebody sometimes, man. It's just kind of hard to find that somebody.
It's best for a man to find a wife.
Big facts. Say it again, man.
Man cannot be alone. He should not be alone. It's best to find a wife.
It is true, man. Gotta love the people in my household. They hold me down stronger than anybody else, for real.
Yes, sir.
You ain't got no kids yet, but you getting up there, man. What you waiting on? My kids need nieces and nephews, man, cousins.
I mean, do y'all want to see these y'all want to see my children in the system? Because that's where they're going. If I have them right now, I can barely support myself, let alone mouths to feed.
Man, hey, you ain't never lied. You know what? We just gonna redact everything I just said and act like I ain't say that. Because you got a good ass point. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Struggle is real. I don't know how you do it, but you're one of the realest that I know doing it.
Hey, man, that's your name, the realest in music.
Hey, man, I try to be, bro. I'm about to start dropping real soon, for real. I keep saying that. Like I said, everybody, they pushing down, talking about picks, or it didn't happen. So I'm thinking about just real quick. Say I got a project coming real soon, and I think I'm going to title it 2 weeks. I think it's going to just be a dope-ass mixtape. A bunch of little industry cuts. I'm gonna just go straight Wayne time, '08 Wayne on them.
Yeah.
It's been too long, bro. The people need bars.
Good, good. Probably by the time that this podcast comes out, it'll probably already be out. So I'll just link up to your music in the description.
For sure. Appreciate it. Just be on the lookout. I'm about to get on a bunch of these beat selling pages. Start selling these beats I got locked in the vault. Got a lot of stuff coming, man. I'm glad I made everybody wait because they ain't gonna see it coming.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate you coming through. I think this is a good place to cap it off.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no doubt, and you're welcome to come back anytime that you want. And we can have more conversations, go deeper into the Cincinnati music and stuff like that. Any final words you want to leave them with?
Listen, man, I'm nothing without my fans. I left y'all waiting for long enough. Got a lot of dope music coming. Just stay tuned. Also, Miz is the man. Y'all better respect that man. Give him his flowers while he's here.
I appreciate you, man. Much love. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, for sure, man. Can't thank you enough. Can't wait to be back, man. You should probably find somebody else so that I can get a real good debate in. You know I love to debate.
We'll iron it out and see what we can make happen. I got one coming up that it's gonna be like four of us talking, but I gotta I gotta play manager and make everyone's schedules cross-lay, which is kind of difficult because we're dealing with California time as well as Eastern time.
Gotcha.
But we'll make all these things happen. All things are possible through the Lord. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Lavender Water Podcast. I've been your host, Matthew Williams. This has been my guest, Trim, Mr. Livingston. And we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir.